psoriatic arthritis, Skyrizi helps you move with less joint pain, stiffness, swelling, and fatigue.
Don't use if allergic to Skyrizi. Serious allergic reactions, increased infections, or lower ability to fight them may occur. Before treatment, get checked for infections and tuberculosis. Tell your doctor about any flu-like symptoms or vaccines.
There's nothing like clearer skin.
There's nothing like better movement, and that means everything. Ask your doctor about Skyrizi. Visit Skyrizi.com or call 1-866-SKY-RIZZI to learn more.
The fifth quarter on K105 is sponsored in part by Future Designs, Building Materials, Midway Pharmacy, Owensboro Health, Twin Lakes Medical Center, Scotty's Contracting, and Stone, Western Kentucky Regional Blood Center, your global getaway, and by Grayson County School. And now, the fifth quarter show with Sam Gormley on K105.
Welcome back here to Hart County High School, where the Grayson County Cougars are losers tonight against Hart County by the final score of 14-13. We'll join you back into the radio booth here in just a moment. Again, I hope our YouTube video is working for you at home right now, as we had a little bit of technical difficulties, as luckily we made it through the game, but I'm hoping that it does work, so you'll be able to watch the post-game show here. But again, bringing you back into the broadcast booth here, John, this is a tough one.
It was. We had every opportunity to win.
Should have won.
Yeah, should have won. You're, 1 of 4 inside the red zone. You got a defensive score to make it close. You can't perform like that inside the 20 and come away with a win.
That last drive, Brian Jones, I guarantee, will be replaying in his head nonstop over these next couple of days.
I guarantee you he will.
Because, listen, Cougars should have won the football game tonight. They should be 5-5 going into this, and these are the games that will keep him up late at night, because, 1 of 4 in the red zone, you score one of those and you win the game.
Your defense kept you in the game and gave you a chance to win it. I don't think on the defensive side of the ball you could be disappointed, but on the offensive side of the ball you can't get it improved.
You moved the ball great in between the 20s.
Yeah.
It was just once you got inside the red zone, you stalled out. Really, on every drive that you were in there, you found the pass to Shane Hall over the middle on that one. So the Cougars are now 4-6. As this is the fifth quarter show brought to you by, actually there is no one that sponsors this here. As again, I hope that our stream is working online. In fact, I might even pop down here and see if we can do this. But John, going into Owensboro, where you've played a couple of good games in a row, is this a game that you feel okay about or not?
No, I don't know that you can feel okay with your performance tonight. On defense, I still think you can. I think defense the last couple weeks, I know we gave up 49 points, but a lot of it was because of mistakes by our offense and put us in bad situations on defense. So I think defensively you can go in looking good, happy, but offensively, a lot to work on this week.
Especially when you got a tall task against an Owensboro squad that is pretty darn good.
They're loaded with D1 players.
And they are playing their best football right now.
Yes, they are.
They've got Ganaway as their quarterback. They've got Hampton as their running back. They got a couple of good wide receivers. They can lock you down and play some good defense as well. And the Cougars are going to need to have a really good game plan and a really good week of practice to have a chance to beat this Owensboro squad next week. Again, your final score tonight, Hart County defeats Grayson County 14-13. We'll come back and have more on the fifth quarter show after this, as this is Cougar football on K105.
At Owensboro Health Family Medicine in Litchfield, Dr. Priyank Chauhan provides compassionate care for adults and seniors. Board certified in internal and geriatric medicine, he's dedicated to managing chronic conditions, preserving independence, and enhancing the quality of life. Proudly serving Grayson County, because your health matters. Schedule today. Call Owensboro Health Family Medicine in Litchfield at 270-259-8888.
Midway Pharmacy might not have the best selection of fashion accessories, and that's because they're much more interested in your health and less interested in whether or not you're styling. At Midway Pharmacy, you're getting more than a pharmacy. You're getting a pharmacist who's committed to working with you on all things health-related. Rely upon the full team of pharmacists at Midway Pharmacy. Experience what matters the most when you visit any county-wide location of Midway Pharmacy.
Smith Overhead Door is redefining entryways in Litchfield, where every click of the remote promises reliability. It's not just about opening doors, it's about lasting assurance. We offer a service that inspects each part, making sure your door system thrives. With our service agreement, with inspections up to 4 times a year, we spot the signs of wear before they whisper a problem, saving you more than just peace of mind. Opt for a 2-year plan and the savings rise. Make sure you get out the door with Smith Overhead Door at sohd.info. We're not just opening doors, we're opening possibilities.
It's peace of mind when life takes an unexpected turn. It's knowing someone's got your back, whether you're on the road or at home. It's the assurance that your family's future is protected, no matter what. It's the personalized service from someone who truly cares about your needs. It's the unmatched reliability of State Farm. Meet Carter Harrell, your State Farm agent in Litchfield. You're going to like how he's always there for you. Visit State Farm agent Carter Harrell today.
Cougar football on K105.
Welcome back here to Hart County High School. The Cougars fall tonight by the final score of 14-13. I think Coach Jones is making his way into the booth, so we'll hand him a. This is a chilly headset, John. I feel like I got to warm it up for him or something as we're standing here. Tough loss tonight for this Grayson County squad. We'll hand this off to Coach Jones, and he can give us his thoughts on a tough one tonight for this squad here tonight for Grayson County. Coach, you can hear me, right?
Yep.
That's a tough one tonight. You had your chances. Probably should have won the game.
Yep.
What was the message?
I told him that's on me. I mean, we get into the red zone 3 times. We've got to come away with points. Early, I thought we needed touchdowns, and hindsight's always 20/20. But probably should have went for some field goals early, just to get points on the board. And we hit one. One of those first 2 drives that we come away empty. And we win the ball game regardless of the extra point. And so I told him, I said, that's on me. It's I call the plays, and and I'm the guy that's kind of controlling those decisions. And we probably should have took a shot at some of the first one was 4th and pretty short. I felt like we had a chance, and then the other one was like 4th and 4, a little bit longer. And realistically, we're probably 1 block away from picking that up. But, I guess had to do it over again. Probably on the road, you need to take the points and let your defense play defense, which I thought they played an incredible second half. Guys come out from halftime really and did a nice job. Forced a turnover.
Might be the best half of the season.
Yeah, that's what I told him. I said for 24 minutes, I said, that's probably arguably as close to as good as we've played, for a half. But still a couple, mistakes that obviously you'd love to get a second chance at. But I hate it, because I hate losing games that we shouldn't lose. I could think about like the Marshall County game last year, and leaving points on the field there. That stuff just eats at me, but like I said, that's on me, and we got to finish those things, and we're just so close. We got to step over the hump, and be the team that we're right on the verge of being. We've talked about over the last couple of years being a program, not a team, and somebody that's consistently good, and I think we're right there. We're 4-6 this year, and we're right on the daggum verge of being a 6-4 team, and somebody that when you talk to football coaches around, talks about like Hart County. I mean, people talk about Hart County being a good team all the time now. It's who they are over the last several years. They've done a great job of making some deep runs in the playoffs, and people just look at them as a good program now, and we're I feel like we're right there. We just got to take another good step forward in the right direction, and win some of these ball games, because what's this, an 8-2 ball team? And like you said,
42-7 over the last 4 years too.
I don't care any way you flip it. I felt like we were the more physical, the more dominant, and in a lot of ways the better football team. But they had fewer mistakes, I guess, and got the points when they needed it. And at the end of the night, they're one higher than we are, so they're the winners. But if you just watch the film without the score, I don't think you'd have any problem picking out the team that you thought was going to win. But thinking's one thing and actually winning's another. So we get back to work on Monday. Good thing is we something that's really been on me this week is earning things versus deserved, and and we earn the right to be in the playoffs. Not every team in our district gets in, and we played our way in. These kids earned the extra week of practice, and and I'm a firm believer in we get to go play Owensboro. We don't have to go play them. We could just jump out of the playoffs like teams across the state are doing right now, because they don't want to go play these teams. We want to go play them, and so we get the opportunity because we earn that right. We don't deserve to be in the playoffs. We earn the right to be in the playoffs. So, I think, like I said, a lot of people say, "Oh, we deserve to win tonight." Well, Hart County earned the win. So, and that's something I think we've got to continue to probably talk about, and as we move forward as a program to take that next step of earning versus deserved. But heck of a ball game if you're watching neutrally, or if you're a Hart County fan, I guess. But those losses like this hurt. They hurt big time.
Your defensive line, a couple of guys I know really stood out to us, especially in the first half. I thought Will Vincent was playing some of his best football that we've seen from him. He was it felt like every play we were saying, and there's Will Vincent in there again. Will Vincent, especially on the interior, for a rushing attack that's really good. I felt like you all slowed him down, especially inside runs.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, they hurt us right up the gut early. They were just diving the fullback right up the gut, and we continued to improve on that throughout the game, and then they started run off tackle, and we were doing really well on that. So, but Will's a guy that I feel like as we've moved through this season has earned more and more playing time because he was behind some guys, but he's continued to work, and when he's getting some reps. He is doing the right thing with them, and so he's earned that right to be on the field, and so we've got a pretty good rotation of some guys that do a nice job in there, and I felt like another one that took a big step forward tonight with his reps. I thought Tristan Brooks made some good plays in there for us inside, and he's another one that's senior that's been behind some guys, and just continued to work and wait for his opportunities. And I feel like tonight, without seeing the film, that he did a good job with the reps that he was out there. And so hopefully, I haven't watched much of Owensboro, but and I don't know what we'll do as far as defensively, but I know they can run it and throw it, and so we'll have to just see and what we're going to be in as far as we've been a 4-man even front. We've been a 3-man front. We've been a 5-man front. We've trying to put our guys in the best position to be successful. And, I can assure you we won't be in this defense we were in tonight. But anyhow.
You don't want to load the box against them?
No. Now they get the Hampton kid that can run it, but, we're
Anyway, can throw it around the field.
Though. Yep. They can do it all. So, but those guys – again, nice half out of the defense in the second half to shut them out and get the scoop and score, and so it was really good to see that. Heartbreaker, the extra point there, and I thought it was good. I mean, it looked like great contact. I guess wide left, I'm assuming. And I hate that for Lane, but that's that one play doesn't define it. Neither does the interception late in the game by Jake. We were down there 2 other times and didn't score. So there's just accumulation of things that lead to this. It's no one guy, it's no one play, and that's the great thing about football and team sports is it takes everybody. And but like I said, we get the opportunity to be at practice on Monday, and there'll be a lot of teams that are turning in their gear. So, can't be mad at that.
John, you got anything?
I was going to say, I don't know when you made the adjustment, but I was telling Sam, I noticed after the Allen kid went out, that's when I noticed that you brought Brooks and Will in there, and they shut that A-gap down because I know, like I said, without Allen, they didn't have the speed. They were going to run up the middle more, and I thought they did a really good job between him and Cornwell just shutting that middle down.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, we noticed that, especially the guys up in the press box, that 13 was out of the game, and I'm not sure what happened to him, but a kid's a special player. But, fullback does a nice job running interiorly too, and he hurt us early, and then they went to the wide stuff, and, they had the one long run there to him where he just got out in space and hit the after boosters. And but once he went out, they become a little bit more predictable and a little bit more one-dimensional in their run attack, I think, because he's the special athlete for them. And so the guys really, I think, did an excellent job of just digging their feet in and deciding that we were going to play super hard and we were going to give ourselves an opportunity to get the ball back. And and I thought overcame some things, that stuff that you can't necessarily control, with how the game was maybe called some. And I'm not one that likes to do that. They shouldn't be able to decide the game. But I felt like we continued to battle, when the ball wasn't necessarily bouncing our way. And I'm super proud of our guys for handling this the way that they did. Again, the second half was just very, very impressive with how our guys responded to being down 14-0 when we go into the locker room. Just a completely different team, in my opinion, that played the second half. And, you'd love to see us come out on the other side of that. But we're getting close. We're getting really, really close. And, we're playing still a lot of young guys. And so I'd like to think that this is only going to pay dividends in the long run, and we'll be right back where we've been the last couple of years, battling to host playoff games, hopefully.
Last thing for you, you've mentioned Owensboro a couple of times. Obviously, a really good football team. Mm-hmm. There's no question about that. Does it help? Do you think when you all are coming off of a good performance against Bowling Green, where you talked about it, I think in our interview, or it might have been when we were talking off, about how there were 10 plays, in that game that you felt like turned that to where you can put it on and say, listen, Bowling Green and Owensboro, at those same levels to where you see these 10 plays, if you get half of them, then it's a game in the fourth quarter, which is the last thing that they want. Right. Do you think it helps your guys believing something like that, the fact that they just did it?
I sure hope so. And that, briefly when I was in the locker room, I'll just be honest. I said, hey, listen, come Monday, you guys don't have school. We'll have practice at 3 because we have to work. I said, and if you're not going to be in the group that believes that we have a chance, especially after what we just did at Bowling Green, just don't show up. I want a bunch of guys that are ready to go to Owensboro and fight and believe that we've got a shot, because Grayson County has beat Owensboro before in the playoffs at Rash Stadium, and so it's not like it's something that's never been done, like beating Bowling Green's never been done. This is something that's been accomplished before, and so I just said, hey, you've got to show up ready to work, ready to believe, and give yourself a fighting chance, just like we did against Bowling Green. I said, because in that game, we gave them everything they wanted. In this game, there was guys on that field that wanted no more of Grayson County. And so we've got to go to Owensboro and be ready to play with that mentality and that effort and that physicality that, makes us who we are and makes us a competitive football team. And, I think there was probably close to 40 guys in the locker room. 100% expect there'll be 40 guys show up ready to work on Monday.
Coach, appreciate it. We'll see you next week.
Thanks, guys.
That's Coach Brian Jones. We'll come back, wrap it up. After this is Cougar Football on K105.
Hey, it's MB and the In the Know gang on our last show, our Halloween show. UK basketball falls to Georgetown in exhibition. A full Cougar sports report as the high school football regular season comes to an end. And new movies that you'll find at the box office this weekend. Have a great weekend. Looking forward to seeing you back here on Monday. We'll see you then. Don't be stupid. Get in the know. Weekday mornings at 9 on Litchfield's Country Station, 103.9 The Moose, and the Twin Lakes Best Mix, K105.
Okay, babe, this new home insurance, I'm bugging out.
Why did you say bugging? Ah! And why are
you bugging?
I don't know what I'm doing. Why aren't you bugging?
Because I just need a State Farm agent. That's what they do. They help people understand their insurance and not bug out about it. And they're like there when you need them. Now quit bugging and say the jingle.
Like a good neighbor, State Farm is there.
Call Doodah Hudson State Farm in Litchfield, 270-287-0287.
Homeowners, especially on the lake, have most likely experienced or will experience water erosion on their properties. There is a solution and preventative measures that can protect against this type of erosion. With the help of products and service from Scotty's Contracting and Stone, Crushed Rock Road Enhancements can provide erosion control and shoreline protection. Well-designed and maintained erosion control helps ensure that today's beautiful and safe landscapes remain so tomorrow. To discuss erosion control and shoreline restoration solutions with Scotty's Contracting, call 270-259-5696.
Hey, Rick, here you made it. Here's the weekend. Enjoy that. Don't forget about the clock thing. Hey, fall back. And all that. Monday, it'll actually be a replay of some of the most memorable hours in the first year of the Rick Burgess Show, as we'll all be off. So enjoy that on the Rick Burgess Show. Join me Monday morning at 5 on the Twin Lakes Best Mix, K105.
This is the Rick Burgess Show.
Hey, it's MB and the In the Know gang on our last show, our Halloween show. UK basketball falls to Georgetown in exhibition. A full Cougar sports report as the high school football regular season comes to an end. And new movies that you'll find at the box office this weekend. Have a great weekend. Looking forward to seeing you back here on Monday. We'll see you then. Don't be stupid. Get in the know. Weekday mornings at 9 on Litchfield's Country Station, 103.9 The Moose, and the Twin Lakes Best Mix, K105.
Okay, babe, this new home insurance, I'm bugging out.
Why did you say bugging? And why are you bugging?
I don't know what I'm doing. Why aren't you bugging?
Because I just need a State Farm agent. That's what they do. They help people understand their insurance and not bug out about it. And they're like there when you need them. Now quit bugging and say the jingle.
Like a good neighbor, State Farm is there.
Call Doodah Hudson State Farm in Litchfield, 270-287-0287.
Cougar football on K105.
Time now to give out our hometown hangout MVP for today's game. John, we talked, and listen, it's tough not to give it to Mr. Ethan Mudd.
Yeah, he played great on the defensive side, had the biggest play of the game on the defensive side, so yeah, I'd say it'd be hard not to give it to him.
So Ethan Mudd is our hometown hangout MVP for today's game. See, there's the Jones family down there. They look a little cold. I don't know about you.
They do. They sure
They look
do.
a little cold there. Is a tough loss tonight for this Grayson County squad. 14-13, they fall. And listen, it's a tough one. There's no other way to put it than that. But the biggest thing is that this is not the last game of the season, so you get to come back next week and end the season on a positive note. And listen, you can keep on going.
Or not end the season.
Yeah, I mean, you could keep on. I don't know about you, but I got Friday nights.
I'm good.
Yep. Well, I guess you got one maybe next Friday. But listen.
Hey, if we beat Owensboro, I'll be there.
Yeah, you better.
I'll be there.
You might do backflips there, right? To
yeah,
Greenwood or Madisonville?
I might be, but yeah, if we beat Owensboro, I promise I'll be there. We'll be just having my phone up with the Clemson-Louisville game, but yeah.
Who cares about
and I may not wear orange that night.
I might wear my Clemson hat that night, right? Go Clemson.
Yeah.
But this game tonight, 14-13 for the Cougars. They had their chances, 1 of 4 in the red zone. That's just not going to win you games.
Yeah, it's not. But you know what? Like he said, I do feel like you're in the red zone with that chance to score. You're the better team more than likely. You just got to do it in crucial moments.
Like he said, though, Cougars deserve to win. Hart County earned
it. That's right.
And that's just how the cookie crumbles. Remember, next week, Cougars on the road at Owensboro in the playoffs. That radio coverage will be on the Moose. 103.9, download the WMTL app. You can do that. We'll be on there live for the coverage. I love going to Owensboro for the postseason, John. They just love me there. They love me so much.
We just won't be playing in the world famous.
Don't give them any ideas. Do not
yeah,
give them
they might move it there.
They might arena. I don't know. Appreciate it.
Thank you.
Want to give a shout out to our K105 crew tonight. We had Addison Parker and Zach the Sleeper Jack. They kind of tag team tonight because they got cold, so they each spent time outside. So for them and for John Decker on a night where Grayson County falls by the final score of 14-13, this is Sam Gormley saying, so long, everyone.
The fifth quarter show on K105 has been brought to you in part by Future Designs, Building Materials, Midway Pharmacy, Owensboro Health Twin Lakes Medical Center, Scotty's Contracting, and Stone, Western Kentucky Regional Blood Center, your global getaway, and by Grayson County Schools. On the Twin Lakes Best Mix, K105. Cougar Football on K105 is a presentation of Heritage Media of Kentucky, Incorporated. Any rebroadcast or reuse of the images or depictions of this programming without the expressed written permission of Heritage Media of Kentucky is prohibited.